Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see how to find related required permission for a permission in Salesforce. Uh, it might sound funny, but for example, let's say we are creating a profile or we are updating an existing profile. Then we may have to enable and disable some permissions for the users. When we do that, it is very important for us to know if I enable this particular permission, what are all the related permissions that will be checked or given to the users. So this is a very important step. We have to be very careful. We are not giving some extra permissions to the users. In order to check the related required permission for a permission in Salesforce profile or a permission set, we have an information icon next to a permission. So using that information icon, we can easily find out what are all the required permissions for this particular permission which we are planning to enable, and we have to learn about that before giving that particular permission to an user. So let's see how to check that information icon and the related permissions for a permission in profile and as well as in permission set. So first I'm going to show you how to check it in profile. So go to profiles in Salesforce setup, select the profile for which you are planning to give the permission, but you wanted to know the related required permissions. Let's check for system permissions. So access activities, access custom asset lifecycle management APIs, for these permissions there are no related required permissions. But if you look at allow sending of list emails, there is an information icon. If you hitch over the information icon, it says requires these permissions, that is mass email. So when you enable this allow sending of list emails in a profile, then mass email is required and it will automatically check that permission also to the user. Um, we have to be very careful and we have to understand whether the user requires mass email. So we have to be very careful whether they need the permission which we are going to give and their related required permissions. Another example is author apex. It is mainly used for Salesforce development personals, but see, it requires these permissions: view setup and configuration, modify metadata through metadata API functions. So these the other two permissions are giving too much of exposure to Salesforce for an sales rep or a service rep. So they are not anyway going to customize the Salesforce application, so they don't need view setup and configuration. So we have to be very careful if you give author apex permission to a profile. So using this information icon, you can easily find the required additional permissions when you enable a particular permission. Let's see for a permission set. The steps are same. It will be the exact of what we have in profile. So allow sending of list emails, it requires mass email. Create and customize reports, it requires run reports. Author apex, same view setup and configuration, modify metadata through metadata API functions. So using this information icon, we can easily find what are all the additional required related permission for a permission in Salesforce profile and as well as in Salesforce permission set. I hope it was helpful. Thank you for watching.